Good morning. It's story time. I'm gonna get one out of the way. It's really shitty, just to get over with. The one that kicked off everything, aside from the BPAN diagnosis, the RSV story. I'm just gonna get it out of the way. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Boy, I'm just gonna sum it up and keep it the fuck moving without having mentee be. Okay. So, not this past New Year's, the one before. Okay, we're gonna go to like the third week of December. My parents are away in Florida. It's just me and the kids. My boyfriend at the time is working, so he's like staying the week-ish, kinda. I guess he got a virus from his job because I did not leave the house, but I was the first one sick. I even got a fever. Now it takes a really long time. You all know, as the parent, it takes you a minute to realize you're the one who's sick. Yeah, so I officially got sick the day my parents got back from Florida. So they did not bring RSV home from the plane. I got it. Progressively, we get sick. This is the last week, like going into Christmas. New Year's Eve hits and Diem hits one day of not eating and drinking. She does not stop using her bowels. She doesn't stop peeing. There was no 3-dry diaper rule that we usually use for her. Nothing. But she was not right. She was not okay. It wasn't her norm. I don't even think she spiked a fever yet, but we were like, we have to go to the hospital. Like, I can't explain the why, but she's not getting through this one without going to the hospital. So we pack up New Year's Eve. Around 12 o'clock we get there in the afternoon. And I realize we're probably gonna be there for a couple of days, but it's all right. It's just New Year's, like we can just reset the year, have our own New Year's when we get home. Okay, we get through triage. And they know her at this hospital because she gets things there. She's complex care, so she's seen all the departments pretty much, besides certain ones. But anyway, we're there. She is saying hi, talking to everybody, and you go through triage and you get put back into the waiting room. We get in the waiting room. We're just we know we're gonna be soon for the call up because it was pretty chill. There were maybe 5 people, but they were you're not gonna be long. It's really not that crazy yet, Okay. So Grandpa goes to get her pillow. And we're talking, she's in her wheelchair, so I'm talking over her. The nurse's station podium thing when you first walk in to check in is right there, right on my left. So she can see Diem better than I can because I'm looking over her. She heard us talking and thought that we were talking to her, so she conveniently was staring directly at Diem. Diem, I feel the floor vibrate, and her wheelchair jerk. And I see her chin just snap forward, and she just flashed back, a snap back and forward and back and forward. It was it didn't look human to me. And then vomit, projectile vomit, and no sounds, but her face was she's screaming, and her eyes were rolled in the back of her head. And the nurse jumps over the podium and is she is seizing. Get her back to a room. We'll handle it back there. Now there's 4 of us. Grandpa is not here. Grandpa is going to get the pillow. I was I'm alone, which is fine. I'm used to being alone. I'm used to this, but this was not the time. I got this dude screaming, mask up, next to me. Mask up. It's RSV. We just got the culture back. It's RSV. Mask up. Throws a mask at me. I'm gonna throw a mask on. I was what the fuck is RSV? I didn't know shit. I mixed it with all of them. The rhinovirus. What the fuck is RSV? My God, it's fucking horrifying. Next thing you know, we're in the room. Then they're we have to x-ray her lungs to make sure she doesn't have pneumonia. Next thing you know, she's seizing. Getting x-ray, second seizure in 45 minutes. After her last febrile seizure supposedly being when she was 2. What the hell is happening? She was getting RSV seizures. RSV can give you seizures, okay? A neurotypical person can get RSV seizures. Just so you know, fun fact of the day, I found that out this day. Next thing you know, she sees him getting x-rayed. Next thing you know, everyone's shook. Everyone's shook, and Diem's just laying there. And me and Grandpa are just like, what the fuck just happened? And she's just jolting. And we're like, what the fuck is happening? Now, like, then she has another one. Oh, her fever is 103. Now she has another one. Now she's getting febrile seizures. Oh, we don't know the other style of seizures she had, but now she's getting 3 styles of seizures, and the girl's never been on seizure medicine. So they take me aside, and they're like, this isn't a Keppra situation. It's not Keppra style. I couldn't agree more. What about Depakote? No. They give me like the laundry list, and finally they get to Epidiolex, and they're like, but we don't want to do that because we know insurance isn't gonna cover it. Give her the fucking Epidiolex. Give her the Epidiolex. I don't care. I'll make it work. Give her the Epidiolex. It was the only thing I felt comfortable giving her that was in that hospital, because they gave me the breakdown. They had already given her Ativan, which I already wasn't comfortable with, but I understood the situation. I understood the assignment that Diem is now entering where she needs meds. Okay. But tell me why during this stay, insurance told the hospital to pull Epidiolex twice, giving her seizures. And this is where I get heated. Diem had 2 to 4 seizures given to her by the state of Delaware, Medicaid pulling her Epidiolex because it was going to be $3,000 out of pocket. A GoFundMe was made for her for this shit. Everything was wild, and this is where I get angry. She had an NG tube, in fact, during this 22 and 23 days of not eating and drinking, because after those seizures that were instilled on her when they pulled the Epidiolex, she couldn't get back to eating even if she tried. But we're not going to talk about that, right? Because nobody knows what BPAN is. The post-viral ileus after the fact, when I was like, there were so many things wrong with this 4-week stay. They pulled her NG tube because insurance told them to. And we went home with just a home health aid up until Diem got her G tube. Because that's how fucked up this world is and not knowing what BPAN is. But if it were something like, I'm not even gonna say because I don't want to trigger people, but literally like Down syndrome, like just something more known, none of this would have happened. But because all of that happened, we have been struggling this year. And because all that happened, the medical field decided, oh my God, Diem exists. We can now experiment on her. And they call us in all the time. They call us in for experiments that I have to decline. But come the time when Diem really needs something, they lose her in the system because no one knows what BPAN is. And we can get more into this story, we can get more into other things, but this is 8 minutes long and no one's gonna hear this, man. Honestly, I don't think so. But do you fucking know what BPAN is yet? Because I'm still trying to come out of the tornado of 2 New Year's Eves ago because nobody knows what BPAN is. Have a good day.